Alright, hey, this is Super Ninja Man with DinosaurWithRobot.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to model a traditional curved Japanese sword in Wings3D for Mount&Blade. So because it's for Mount&Blade, we're going to keep it fairly low poly, and since it's a weapon item, I mean you won't be seeing much of it, really. Alright, we're going to start with the reference item, or I like to start with the reference item. So I can get the cross guard in the right spot, and so I can get the handle the right size. Um, with any handle, you can start with a cube or what's the other one? Cylinder. I like to start with cube since Japanese swords had kind of rectangular handles anyhow. Alright, so we're gonna line up the cross guard, and then we're gonna scale radial along the Z because that makes a nice, like kind of like a long rectangular box because it doesn't scale the Z along with the other two sides because that's the radius it's scaling upon. It's pretty useful if you want to keep like length, but you want to shrink the width and the height at the same time. Then we're going to scale axis along the Y, make it the same, make it right. I like to line up with the very top-ish like that. And then I think that, let's scale it along the X a little bit. Right there. Alright, cool. We're going to take it with a reference item because I don't need it anymore. Should I go longer? Do you think I should go longer? I'm going to go longer because it's where it can be used optional as two-handed. Let's go 0.5. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Alright, cool. From here, I like to cut all the edges in two and then connect them. It makes it where I can round it really easily. Now I select all these edges. You could delete these little diamonds you created, these little quads. But it's not necessarily necessary. That was dumb. Anyway, it's not necessary because you're gonna delete them anyway later. And I think it may help with how it bends along its normal. I doubt it, but I'm not gonna throw caution in the wind. If you want to make really exact numbers, hold down. Oh wow, what the fuck just happened? Okay, cool. Doesn't matter. All right, so we're gonna hold down Control and Shift, and that enables tweak mode. I believe it's called tweak mode, and that makes it move by 0.01 at a time. And I think 0.03 or 0.04 looks bad. 0.05 actually looks really nice. Okay, and see that's good, just round kind of rectangle. We're gonna delete this because that's gonna be used later. Alright, and then from here, there's where the crossguard is, there's a little bit of metal. I forget what it's called at the moment, but it is used so that the handle fits in with the metal, with the tsuba, which is probably a mispronunciation of what the Japanese crossguard is. We're gonna make it 0.04. You don't necessarily have to be so anal with the numbers like I'm being. It just makes it easier to make things symmetrical. Let's go 0.8. Then extrude normal 0.04. Was it? Yeah. Okay. Nope. Don't want to select all that. Okay. Now that we don't have anything selected, we're gonna go here. And we're gonna select these three. Then we're gonna hit G, which selects all the. I forget what the official term is. Let's see. I think I might have to stop the tutorial soon. A lot of noises going on outside my house. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to extrude normal. Not very high. Let's go 0.02. Because it wasn't a fairly large piece of metal. Alright, then we're going to hit G again. And then we're going to, man, I should really know what that term is. Anyway, we're gonna extrude this. We're gonna extrude it, but not that bad. It doesn't really matter what size because we're gonna modify it in a second. You hit these two and then hit L for loop, and then circularize. Sorry. And that makes, if it's if it has a weird number of things, or if it's not along the axis right, it'll kind of fuck up. and you'll have one skewed off this from the other, and it makes it just a big hassle. But I believe these are perfect. Yeah, looks right. Okay, so now I have a nice round Tsuba, which isn't uncommon, but it's not necessarily correct. Really, what we would do would deselect that. No, motherfucker, deselect. I hit Control and then whatever you called this, making a box, drag, and then we're gonna scale axis along the Y. My editing software isn't too fond of me using Control button or most buttons actually, because there are also hotkeys on it, and I tried disabling it but it didn't work. Alright, and see, now we have a kind of a squared, I guess another round square or something like that, kind of like the round rectangle we had earlier. I guess I really didn't need to circularize, but I mean it helps me in my mind. Alright, and the habaki, which is, it's a piece of metal that is used so that the blade fits inside the tsuba, or inside this little thing right here, whatever the F that was. We're gonna weld these, because if you delete them, sometimes it makes weird little artifacts. You don't want weird little artifacts. You want things to be right. Usually I wouldn't make this a rectangle. Let's not make it a rectangle. We're gonna scale this down along the Y, scale axis Y. Let's make it 72%. And then we're going to, no, stop this madness. Alright, we're gonna cut this into three. Connect them. Scale axis along the Y. Let's go 135. Let's scale axis along the X. We'll go 150 on this. 160 actually, that looks really nice. This is just gonna be extruded. You can delete. I'm gonna delete those faces just because as you can tell by these tries, I'm not too big on maintaining quads. That's because I don't sculpt. If you're gonna be sculpting, I suggest you keep those quads because it makes it a hell of a lot easier. This is, what was it, 2.25 length, which it's fairly correct-ish. I mean, it's good enough for me. And here we're going to inset this again. We're going to inset it, and then we're going to see, most people would just make a triangle and then bend that to make the blade, but that's not correct. What you really want to do is, actually that might be a little long. Let's move that in. Sorry. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, we're going to reshape this so that we get a more proper style blade. Cut into two, there we go. I guess my num keys won't work. Cam Studio is free and it's nice, but man, it likes to fight you. Like, it is belligerent. Alright, so this is actually pretty good so far. We're gonna move this in along the Z. No, wow, I meant the X. Control Z now. The longer you record, the more it takes away from you. How long have I been going? I don't know, I guess it doesn't feel like telling me. I'm cool with that. I honestly cannot. Oh, 500 seconds. Okay, so let's move it to about there. The cutting edge is damn, what's the word? It's the ha. Literally ha. X. We learned a lesson last time. And for one that's gonna be used in battle, you want it to be fat as a cutting edge. You can make it thin, and that would be one that would be more, for fighting peasants or something like that. More of a cutting edge rather than a, because if you have it too sharp of an edge, when you hit blades or hit armor, it would chip and crack, and then you just have a hunk of metal that was useless, and no one wants just a hunk of useless metal. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to extract it. Let's bring up see, I have all these references off here to the side. If you saw those, you're probably wondering what they were. The ruler, I don't know why it's called one ruler, so it pops up at the top. Um, that each division is 10 centimeters in Mount&Blade length, so it helps me know how long my weapons are, but really, this is all that matters. This is my Katana Itachi length bar. Anything shorter than this line right here isn't a Katana or Itachi. Anything longer, you're kind of pushing no Dachi and, starting to get a little fictional. Not necessarily, but, most of them are used for, I can't remember the religion, the ancestor worship. Alright, so we're going to extrude. Let's make it a little, really close to the edge, because we're going to, when we bend it, we're going to, because I think the blade length is actually not from the base to the head, it's from the, well, if it is from the base to the head, that means this is a really long ass sword. I guess that's a two-handled thing anyway. Whatever, we're just showing you how to make it. And we're going to turn off this. Let's hide this motherfucker. Alright. See, and another thing people tend to do is just cut this in two and just connect everything to it. And that looks fine, but for historical accuracy and this is a predicament. I've never had my blades look like that before. Yeah, for historical accuracy, you don't want that, because the blades, see how there's this distinct cross-section little feel? You want to maintain that all the way to the point. The Kasaki, which is where the little triangular area where it folds into, a point at the very end. Never mind, Kasaki's a line. I don't even know what the fuck the point's called then. Oh my gosh. Click, control, let go. There we go. My recordings software is acting up again. Alright, so we're going to move this along normal until we're happy with it. I think I'm going to go with a long one. This is, there's the different lengths. You can have it really short and it still be correct, and really long and it still be correct, because there's a lot of variation. And each one, they have cool names, and this one's an Osachiguri or something like that. It's probably bad butchering, even though it's incorrect. Okay, it's not taking my good. Ah, damn. I can't tell if that's right or not. Okay, let's go into 2D. Yeah, I know you're like, this is a straight sword. This isn't even correct yet. It's because it's not yet. Okay, that's good. See, the way I like to do this, I like to cut this into three. Let's cut it into two first. Let's connect it to this. Connect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for a better recorder, I am all ears. This is frustrating. Alright, make sure when you do, select things. If you just normally clicked, it wouldn't work. You hold down control and click, you get the box regardless. And so you hit control and then you let go, you click it, and you select rather than, deselect. And it makes it really helpful, if the control will work. If you're trying to, sorry, I'm talking like a freaking robot. It makes it really helpful if you're trying to select something on a face. And like this, I have to select through the face, because without, if I wasn't trying to select through the face, it would, I would have to mirror, and I don't like mirroring, because I always end up messing that up somehow. Or traditionally I mess it up. I've gotten a lot better since I used to mess it up. Alright, we're going to delete this, because this is no longer a proper polygon. Okay, see, I made this because what we're going to do is we're going to try to make a nice little flow. And we're going to cut that connection. No, we're not. In my head I had this planned, but not really. Okay, we're going to cut, this one comes off to that. I guess I can, okay. What I can do is bring that in. Yeah. Okay, I'm just relocating polygons now. Sorry. Because the shape's actually really important. Without it, I mean, you'll see like factory produced swords, the ones they sell at like, you know, shopping malls. They're built just, I mean, they don't pay attention to the edge flow, I suppose. It's not really edge flow. But, and it's actually quite important. Delete, motherfucker. Okay, I'm so scared to look at the bottom side. It's gonna be hideous. Okay, let's rotate this around. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's freaking perfect. Awesome. Okay, so Y, 2D, arrow key over. Okay. See, and we're gonna cut these all into two. Connect them. Move free because we're on two or orthographic, right? Orthographic. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know. Okay, yeah. I think it's orthographic. It makes it where since my Y is practically locked, I can't move along my Y. So moving free in third dimension would just be dumb. Moving free in 2D is effective. Let's make this look nice. This right here, this line would be the Kasaki, I think. Maybe it's this entire tip. Maybe I need to learn my. Before I start using terminology, I should probably learn it, huh? Okay. I guess it's a modeling program, not a sword geography program. Tutorial, not program. God damn it. I feel like I'm gonna run out of recording time pretty soon, which would suck because it's starting to act weird. Okay. See, now the shape's pretty okay. Japanese swords had a taper. I mean, you usually can't tell because of the thingamajig. Because how it's curved. Thingamajig. Curved. Science. Anyway, we're going to scale uniform, right click it, and then select this point. It'll scale it uniform to that point, and we're going to make it not very much. Like, we're making like 92%. See, it's very subtle, but that subtlety is, that thing is called a fumbari, and it's pretty important. It's, and I actually know that's what that's called. I think it's kind of, it borrows from the same terminology as a wide stance in, what's it? Big fat guy, sumo. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's like a good grounding. Yeah, I don't know, Japanese were actually really poetic with their stuff. It's funny that I model katanas more often than anything else, even though I'm not a fan of the katana. I think it was dumb. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Katana, I mean, it'll kind of, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna kind of round this out. We could have had it flat, I guess, but, and that's probably, yeah, that's way too much of a point. Move this along to normal. Not gonna, if you notice, I've become a lot less careful with my numbers, because I don't really care. I never cared in the first place. Okay. Let's click auto smooth and let's see what this thing thinks. This thing is pretty accurate. Really quite accurate. Good job. That means I did a pretty good job with my mesh flow, I think. Okay. But we're gonna manually separate the ha from the, I'm pretty sure it's called high. So ha hi. LOL. Motherfucker. There we go. Frustration. Seeing right there. We just gotta select that one. We're gonna come around. We're gonna select that one. We're gonna go below. We're gonna select that one and that one and fuck that and that one and that one. And that one. I've also gotten a lot more careless in my cussing, haven't I? Alright, we're gonna harden this. That way, I mean, there's a little bit of a seam. See? The seam makes everything look nice. And then we're going to cut this section into 3. And now we're going to let the computer work for us, because we're done modeling, pretty much. Alright, I'm going to show you, don't select it right here, or else this will bend into form, and don't select right here. we're gonna right click and select bend. Make sure you are in I don't know what those points are called anymore. Okay, we're gonna select it here and here. This is kind of out of habit. It's not necessary to select from those two sections. You can do it elsewhere, and it'll actually probably make your bending easier. Okay, and see now. Whoa. Okay, now bend normal. Now we're gonna select these two because this will make this basically does a thing in x-axis. Okay, and see how subtle, like this is says like this is 3% 3 thing bend. Yeah, no, it's not. But that's because I selected such a small thing. A 3-degree bend morphs into that from how I selected it. If you select it longer, it gives you a little more control, but I don't mind. I'm kind of used to it. So hold down Control and Shift again, and I think this negative 0.4 degree is really nice, actually. And there we go. We totally have a katana now. Congrats, guys. Yeah. Let's make sure. Let's check the length. Oh, a little long, but I don't even know if that's even the right length anyway. Let's see. Let's see what the thing seems to think it is. Let's see. All right. Well, that's that. I'll show you how to model a sheath later.